I've been at CW for 60 years now, and somebody should know all of this stuff. I don't want to take it with me. So, sending with a straight key, we have all types of conversation on how to do it, what keys to use, and what style, where you should put your hands, where you should put your arms. What's my take on this? You've heard me say in many a presentation that I believe sending with a straight key is a mind-to-hand connection. Your brain is telling your hand what to do. So to me, it's not necessarily the key you're using. I believe you can use any type of key and have a perfect code. And I believe you can have your hand and your fingers in any position. Now that's just me. So here's a couple of videos that I want to share with you that got me. There's a guy, and you probably heard me talk about it in Finland, OH6DC. I begged him to join the club as an honorary, but he gave up on ham radio. He made about 25 videos of sending CW with household objects or whatever else he could come across. My favorite is when he has a tin of chopped liver. Since chopped liver conducts electricity, he hooks it up to his oscillator and he has a spoon as his key. Now, I'm not so much interested in you seeing the fact that this works. I want you to listen to this man's fist pounding with a spoon on chopped liver. Ant, will you play that one, please? I'm sure most of you could copy that. It's perfect CW. The guy's using a spoon. It's not a Bengali spoon either. All right? Now, one more video, if you'll bear with me. Many of you have probably seen me send on the Spark Gap machine that the club acquired a few years ago. Recently, we had it at Ham Radio University. I was just looking at it the other day, and I was sending on a key that was just given to me in the basement of the fellow's house who sold us this machine, and I looked at the fingers on the key. I'm not holding on to the key. My arm is up in the air haphazardly, and I'm just touching the top of the key. I'm banging on it, not even holding it. And you can judge what you think of my fist. Ant, why don't you play that?
Here we go, starting George Flanagan's Spark Gap machine. I like the way this thing sounds, the way it's heating up. So here we go. I'll send a CQ. Sign WB2UZE. I certainly wouldn't put my finger over there, but it's really cool. Really cool.
That is a very cool machine. Thank you, Ant. So my hand is just on top of the key. It's not holding it. And why was that? Because the spring was probably bad, and I made the adjustment. Now, here is my key from when I was a novice. I used this key for 2 years until I got to 18 words a minute, and then I bought a bug, and I have the bug here. This spring, when I bought this thing, was completely worn out. So it meant that I had to pull it up all the time. And the way I left this, if I wanted to do high speed, the gap was very tight, hardly any movement in it. And I used to keep my arm down because I remember I had a beach chair in front of an old table and my arm was down. I remember that much when I was 13 and 14. So what I'm trying to stress is that if you have a bad key, your mind has to tell your hand how to make the adjustment. Or if it's a key you're not familiar with, or if it's a small like key you get from CW Morse, they're very small, they move around a lot. You can do this with your brain. And just to further exemplify what I'm talking about, and I've shown this before, not exactly with this instrument. Here's a crowbar, okay? Here's a pair of pliers from my workbench. I'm going to hold the crowbar and I'm going to send a CQ. I'm not using a Bengali here. You tell me if you think it's a good CQ. Did that sound like a CQ? Okay, so that's the point. It's the mind telling the hand what to do. CW is all in the mind. So, like I said, I didn't mean to confuse you or to make you feel that what you're doing is not correct. But I just wanted to pass this down. I'm not going to be here forever. And if I don't tell you guys, it's going to leave with me. So I thought that ever so often, when I had something to say, the best place to do it would be the instructors meeting. So that's all I have for tonight, Quentin. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with me.